Hi guys, it's your girl Kill Chemist, and I'm coming to you briefly. I wanted to share a scenario with you and get some feedback from my YouTube fam. So, just maybe 30 minutes ago, I was at the post office. I had to mail a package, and the total for the postage and my stamps that I got was about $10.80. So, when my total came up, I got my credit card out along with my ID, as I always do. Swipe the card per the little thing prompted on the little unit that you swipe it on, and then the clerk needed to see my card, and I gave her that plus my ID. The reason why I always pull out my ID and the reason why I gave her my ID is because I do not sign my credit cards. I put C cardholder's identification on the signature line, and I've always done this. So she looked at the card, looked at the back of my card, and told me she could not take the card because it was not signed. And when I asked her why not, even with my ID, she said, well, this has always been a rule of the credit card companies, but lately, they really, at the post office, I guess, or at least at that post office, they're really making them crack down on enforcing it. Now, like I said, I always go to this post office. I've never had this issue, but I'm not going to argue that she wasn't doing her job. I guess the bigger issue I have is that, okay, yes, the card's not signed, but my name is printed on that card. And more importantly, I'm offering my identification, which has my picture, my signature, my full name, and my address on it. Most importantly, my signature, which is filed with the state. So I don't know. I was just like, wow, okay. Fortunately, I had an alternate form of payment, which was cash, and it wasn't a large amount. But when I left, I did call my credit card company because I wanted to present to them that, this may be the rule that you need to sign your card. And I was told you sign it to acknowledge, I guess, receipt of the card, and that, your intent to use it. But to me, the fact that I have to activate the card when I receive it by calling in and punching in a bunch of different information before it can be activated, to me that's acknowledging receipt and acknowledging my intent to use it and then actually using it. But what worries me is that a lot of times, even with no signature on my card, I've been in restaurants, I've spent hundreds of dollars, with friends, and my card has been taken away, and they come back and no one asks to see my ID. Other times, I've been in stores making a purchase, and oftentimes have been told I don't need to see your ID. Sometimes the justification is that it's under $50, so I don't need to see an ID. But to me, you should always need to check the ID to make sure that that's me. I have had fraudulent activity occur in the past, and I really think it's important that the identification, which is your key means of, I can fly with that thing, I can go places with it, but it's not sufficient to support the credit card that I'm using now without me actually having signed the back of the card to verify the signature. I don't agree with that. Now, there may be some of you out there who work in the credit card industry or in finances and that kind of thing, and you may have some additional information as to why the rule is set up the way it is, and I welcome that feedback because I asked my credit card company to do that. If there's some reason why my ID is not sufficient, and that it absolutely has to be signed, please let me know. But like I said, I fear that if it's signed, it's bad enough when I use my card, without the signature, it's not checked. But I feel like with it being signed, it'll probably even, if someone stole my card or got hold of my card, they would probably really be able to, do some damage. So let me know what you guys think, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.